You are now streaming worldwide on RadioOnFire.com and the Radio on Fire app.
For Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, and our viewers around the world, welcome back. It's your man Diamond K, RadioOnFire.com, TheDiamondKShow.com. Glad that you could join us. Atlanta's mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, announced today that she has tested positive for COVID-19 coronavirus. She made that announcement via Twitter, and she said in a tweet that she has shown no symptoms. Not a lot of information available. Here's a tweet from Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. COVID-19 has literally hit home. I have no symptoms and have tested positive. The state of Georgia is reporting 97,064 cases and 2,878 deaths as of 3 p.m. today. That is an increase of 1,548 new cases and 18 deaths since Sunday. Mayor Bottoms has stressed throughout this pandemic the importance of getting tested and wearing a mask. My issue, she's been seen in public, many public events without a mask, many times with a mask, but several times without a mask. Atlanta has not made it mandatory to wear masks in public. Mayor Bottoms has strongly encouraged it, but here we are. It is something that a lot of people have to see hitting very close to home. As I said, the mayor of Atlanta, very vocal in her takes on the coronavirus, how it is being handled, and everything about it. She's been very vocal. She has made some vocal enemies, I would say, but she is someone that we are praying for, and we hope that everything is okay. As of now, she is asymptomatic. She could be pre-symptomatic. Hopefully, this doesn't get very bad. The coronavirus, the pandemic, is nothing for us to take for granted at all. A lot of different reactions online to the Atlanta mayor's announcement. Most well-wishers keeping her husband and the entire family in prayer. Over the weekend, an 8-year-old was fatally shot in Atlanta near the Wendy's restaurant where Rayshard Brooks was killed. Gunfire broke out on the 4th of July weekend in Atlanta, injuring over 20 people, killing 3, including an 8-year-old girl. Investigation is underway after the 8-year-old was fatally shot Saturday night across the street from the Wendy's where the former police officer killed Rayshard Brooks. The 8-year-old was riding in a car with her mother and an adult friend on the I-75-85 when they exited onto University Avenue. As the driver entered the parking lot on Pryor Road, a group of armed individuals blocked the entrance. Someone from the group began shooting at the car multiple times, striking the 8-year-old. The girl was taken to Atlanta Medical Center where she died from those injuries. There have been ongoing protests near the Wendy's in the aftermath of the death of Brooks and George Floyd, of course, killed by police on Memorial Day. Enough is enough, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms said in a Sunday news conference. You shot and killed a baby, and there wasn't just one shooter. There were at least 2 shooters, the mayor said. If you want to be part of the solution and not the problem, you need to clear out the area, she said. Police are offering a $10,000 reward for information on the 8-year-old's death. After officials held that press conference, police responded to another shooting on Pryor Road. Police found 2 people who appeared to have been shot and later said that a third victim was taken to a hospital who was also shot at the same location. A story reported by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. 1 victim died from their injuries. Just a lot going on. A lot going on in Atlanta and across this country. Atlanta police and sanitation crews have finished removing protesters and their belongings from outside the Wendy's where Rayshard Brooks was shot and killed by that former officer last month. The cleanup today followed a violent holiday weekend in Atlanta, as I said, that started Saturday night with the fatal shooting of an 8-year-old. I think that the mayor summed it up well. If you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the program after this.
Giving you more talk, more news, and more music. It's Radio on Fire.
Welcome back to the show. You made Diamond Kate in here. Holiday weekend, coming off a holiday weekend is always like you're dragging, right? You're dragging coming back, but there's so much going on in the country. A Florida teen has died after her mother, her conspiracy touting mother, treated her with a Trump-approved drug after attending a church COVID-19 party. The family of a 17-year-old girl from Lee County died last month from COVID-19. Her mother, as I said, was treating her at home before taking her to the hospital. The treatment given by this mother included unproven drugs and putting her on an oxygen tank once used by her grandfather. The 17-year-old Carson Lay Davis died on June 23rd, and she is Lee County's youngest victim to the novel coronavirus. Nearly 2 weeks before her death, she attended a 100-person church function. Right? This COVID-19 party. Her mother, a conspiracy theorist. Her daughter, this young girl, the 17-year-old, was a cancer survivor and also had a rare, ongoing autoimmune disorder. She died of respiratory failure after contracting the coronavirus early last month. During the 9 days that followed, she was given antibiotics, hydrochloroquine, and oxygen via her grandfather's portable machine by her parents. Her mother is supposed to be a nurse. She's a nurse. The hospital recommended treatments that the mother refused, and finally, she started receiving plasma therapy and eventually what the hospital was recommending, but she died 1 day later. Of course, that hydrochloroquine, something that is for anti-malaria, or it's an anti-malaria drug, something to fight malaria, that the president had been praising. Another one of his supporters, following his bad advice, bad example, and this mother's trying to treat it. I mean, she wanted to help the daughter, but she didn't do anything to help her. Now, granted that the child was a cancer survivor and had some other things going on, to me, all the more reason why she should have taken her to the hospital immediately when things got out of hand. and definitely should not have had her in a position where she was attending that function. I mean, it's very unfortunate that you have mothers that love their children like that. In other sad news, Broadway actor Nick Cordero has died after his battle with coronavirus. He was just 41 years old. The Broadway actor who admirers across the world were hoping and praying for his recovery. The actor sadly has died, according to his wife. He was hospitalized back in March, Cedars-Sinai in LA. Cordero spent some time on a ventilator, suffered multiple COVID-19 complications in April, and had to have his leg amputated. His wife kept fans and supporters updated on his progress through the month of May, and the news continued to get worse. She told CBS This Morning that Nick had been so critically ill that he may have needed a double lung transplant. So in addition to his wife, the actor is survived by their 1-year-old son named Elvis. Definitely want to send our condolences to the family and friends of Nick Cordero.
Follow us on all social media at Radio on Fire.
In Baltimore over the weekend, the controversial navigator Christopher Columbus, a statue of him was toppled and thrown in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. The European explorer and colonizer in the Americas, someone who in recent time has been shown for his true self, not someone to be celebrated. However, I do not condone the desecration of the statue. Was toppled. It has been retrieved from the harbor. Early morning crews, they had divers down there and everything looking for this statue. Such a fever over this. Dive team went down there, found the statue, began pulling pieces of it out of the water. They attempted to remove the statue from the water on Sunday, and they failed. So we're being told that they're going to try to refurbish the statue. Baltimore protesters pulling that down on Independence Day and then throwing it into the Inner Harbor. They used a rope to take down the monument, which was placed there back in 1984. They don't have any updates as far as who did it. The police are still investigating this whole thing. Very interesting story, and the outrage from some people about this. There have been many statues torn down throughout the country in this recent time of unrest and protest. Even a statue of Frederick Douglass has been vandalized. It has been taken down to be repaired, and it will be replaced. The president of the city council, Brandon Scott, issued a statement on the matters, and he said that, "I suggested that the last administration remove this statue when they removed the Confederate monuments. I support Baltimore's Italian American community and Baltimore's indigenous community. I cannot, however, support Columbus." And that I definitely agree with. Also in Baltimore, an unknown substance has spread in the water near Canton waterfront. That's part of this same body of water, the Baltimore Inner Harbor. An unknown substance, which you can clearly see has discolored the water. The group Blue Water Baltimore said that its scientists have alerted the Coast Guard and the city's Department of Waterworks. Blue Baltimore said that it has received reports that the substance could be linked to a water main break. The group said its waterkeeper team believes it to be heating oil. So you can just see the way that it has discolored the water, the already heavily polluted water in Baltimore's harbor. Just sad state of affairs. Before we go, Amy Cooper has been charged with falsely reporting an incident. You remember this? She called the police. This was more than a month ago on Christian Cooper, who was in New York's Central Park. This is a Class A misdemeanor, meaning that Cooper could face up to 1 year in jail or 3 years probation and a fine of up to $1,000 if convicted. Amy Cooper told 911 dispatchers that there was an African American man threatening her life after Christian, who was not related to her, told her to put her dog on a leash. He was just bird watching. In the state of New York, falsely reporting an incident in the third degree happens when a person reports something to law enforcement despite knowing the information reported, conveyed, or circulated is false or baseless. In the days that followed this incident, of course, Amy Cooper lost her job at a global investment firm and temporarily gave up her dog to a rescue organization. She did get the dog back. She issued multiple apologies. Now wants to play stupid like she didn't know what she was doing. But Christian Cooper is a good guy. He feels that her apology was sincere, but he criticized her for not acknowledging the racist undertones in the situation. So she's going to at least be charged. I want this to be a lesson to you all. Don't call the police and announce things that you know are lies, because you could face charges for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Of course, I am here noon, 7 p.m. daily. RadioOnFire.com, TheDiamondKShow.com. Wherever you get your podcast from, in the search bar, just type in The Diamond K Show. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube.com/DJ Diamond K. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you want to advertise on The Diamond K Show, or you want to bring The Diamond K Show to your station, hit me up, DJDiamondK@gmail.com.